Debate. For the first time, the top 10 candidates on one stage on one night. And this time, the frontrunner Joe Biden sharing center stage with Elizabeth Warren, who is rising fast in the polls. Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris here too, and the other candidates who are looking to break out tonight, what to watch for. And the signal today from President Trump. Is he watching tonight? And the one candidate the Trump team singled out today, are they concerned? Also tonight, the plane crashing on takeoff right onto a busy highway, right into a car. We are watching a troubling new forecast tonight, another tropical system, and the path so far, very similar. The Bahamas and then Florida and then the East Coast. And the tornado watches across several states. Severe weather we're watching from Oklahoma straight east to Philadelphia. The cheerleader charged with murder after burying her own newborn in her backyard. Tonight, found not guilty of murder, sobbing in court. The takedown, the husband and wife wanted for murder, where they were discovered, the wife surrendering. But then what happens with the husband? The boat engulfed in flames that went down, 34 passengers killed. And this evening, what we have just learned about the crew. And a new warning as well to passengers about batteries. The hot air balloon accident in Nevada, emergency crews rushing to the scene, the images coming in at this hour. And the mid-air emergency on a passenger jet when the pilot spills coffee in the cockpit.
This is a special edition of World News Tonight with David Muir, reporting tonight from Houston.
And good evening from Houston. It's great to have you with us here tonight. They say everything is bigger in Texas, and true to form, this is a big night for Democrats who want to beat President Trump. You can see the stage is set behind me. Just a short time from now, the top 10 Democratic presidential candidates for the first time on one stage on one night, the ABC News debate. We are here at Texas Southern University. The crowd is building tonight. It will be a packed house this evening. 10 places there for the candidates, and all day long here, we have watched the candidates come in for their walkthrough. Frontrunner Joe Biden, who will be center stage, checking out the podium and the stage where he'll be standing. Right next to him for the first time, Elizabeth Warren tonight, who has been rising in the polls. On the other side, Bernie Sanders, all three candidates at the top of the pack. Tonight, a lot of pressure on these candidates to break through after Labor Day, millions back to school, back to work, and back in the game with the race for 2020 now underway. ABC's Mary Bruce tonight, right here in the hall.
With just hours to go, former Vice President Joe Biden taking in the debate stage. The stakes so high, no detail too small. Biden's team even testing out neckties. His pre-debate message, a new campaign video tying himself to former President Obama.
I think we should step back and say something we don't often say enough as a party or as a nation. Barack Obama is an extraordinary man.
Tonight, for the first time, Biden is sharing the debate stage with Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Hello, Austin!
She's been rising in the polls, and now voters will be able to compare her with Biden side by side.
I'm someone who will fight for your family. I'm not here to fight for the rich and the powerful. I'm here to fight for the rest of America.
On Biden's other side, Senator Bernie Sanders, putting the ideological divide in the Democratic Party front and center. Flanking them, candidates looking for a much-needed boost. You can see Pete Buttigieg up there on the stage right now. These candidates on the wings are looking to seize the spotlight here tonight, hoping to jumpstart their campaigns. In the same situation, former HUD Secretary Julian Castro and Senators Kamala Harris and Cory Booker.
First of all, I'm the only bald person on that stage. And I think
the candidates descending on Houston. Buttigieg and Senator Amy Klobuchar sharing the same flight. The mayor tweeting, "Very funny, United." And they've been blowing off some steam. Former Congressman Beto O'Rourke rocking out on the drums. And businessman Andrew Yang shooting hoops, a long shot candidate looking for a slam dunk tonight.
And you can see Mary Bruce live down on the stage right there behind me. And Mary, I know you talked to a lot of candidates, but so many people tonight are going to be focused on Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren right next to him. We've seen her rising in the polls. There is a lot at stake tonight.
And David, for the first time here, they will be side by side. Joe Biden standing right here, and right here beside him will be Elizabeth Warren. Joe Biden is arguing that he can build upon President Obama's legacy, while Elizabeth Warren is calling for fundamental change to the way Washington works. Tonight, that divide will be front and center. David.
We can't wait. Mary Bruce leading us off. Thank you. And just a short time ago, President Trump said he will watch tonight, and he revealed who he thinks is the toughest contender right now on the Democratic side. And she'll be center stage. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl with what the president just said.
One person who says he'll be watching tonight, President Trump. It's going to be very interesting. I look forward to going home. I'm going to have to watch it as a rerun. They all have their weaknesses and their strengths. I think that they're very different. You certainly have a lot of different voices up there, but it would look to me like it would be Elizabeth Warren, and it looks like Joe maybe will be able to get there, maybe not, I don't know. And certainly Bernie is there. He's number 3.
The president is clearly annoyed by a wave of recent polls that show him trailing the top Democratic candidates. He calls those polls phony. But today, in a sign he's taking the numbers seriously, the president's Treasury Secretary took aim at the Democratic candidate on the rise.
If you listen to the Elizabeth Warren plan, it is 100% recession, if not worse.
The president is campaigning on his economic record, and he seems to have fears of a looming recession on his mind. He says Democrats are hoping for one.
Oh, they're going like, please, please let there be a recession, please. They're willing to give up their results because they think it'll help them win the election. They're not going to win the election.
And tonight, over the Houston skyline, the Trump campaign is flying a massive banner declaring socialism will kill Houston's economy.
John Karl live on the floor of the debate hall with us tonight. And John, you've learned where the president will be when the Democrats take the stage tonight and when he plans to watch.
Well, David, the president will be wrapping up a Republican retreat in Baltimore, heading back to Washington. And as you heard him say, he plans to watch it on tape. And what's wild here is he's also handicapping the race. He's suggesting that Elizabeth Warren or perhaps Joe Biden or even Bernie Sanders could be his toughest opponent. And he went on to say that he believes that Biden could ultimately win the nomination if he doesn't make a major mistake. David?
John Karl on the floor there where the crowd is growing at this hour. John, thank you. The debate just a short time from now. I'll be moderating with our George Stephanopoulos and Lindsay Davis and our colleague Jorge Ramos from Univision. So we hope you'll keep it right here on ABC, 8 p.m. Eastern, just a short time from now. In the meantime, we turn to the other news tonight and to the plane crashing right after takeoff onto a Maryland highway, right into a car crashing into the median. One of its wings sheared off, landing next to that car. 2 people on the plane and 2 people in the car, all of them surviving. Here's ABC's David Curley.
A remarkable scene, a pilot and passenger in the median of a highway having survived this crash.
I've been blessed that we're not hurt. It's still overload. I mean, we're still on adrenaline, so, but we're doing okay.
The plane's wing slamming into the roof of a car carrying 2 other men who were injured, but not seriously.
They were taken away pretty quickly, and so we're happy to hear that they weren't hurt seriously or anything like that.
Traffic backed up for miles, the pair telling our affiliate WJLA that they were taking off just east of Washington, D.C., had an instrumentation problem, and decided to abort. The plane running off the end of the runway at Freeway Airport and into traffic on the actual freeway.
Yeah, I mean, we could have got hit by a tractor trailer, and like you said, the way that the plane spun, I think it absorbed a lot of the energy, so I think we're obviously really lucky.
The remains of the plane were removed and the highway was reopened. The FAA and the NTSB are both now investigating. David?
David Curley tonight. David, thank you. We are also following a troubling new forecast tonight, a very similar track to Dorian. The Bahamas, then Florida, then the East Coast. A short time ago, tropical storm warnings issued for the Bahamas tonight. This new system could also hit Florida, and at this hour, the severe weather we're watching too, a tornado watch in 3 states. And this funnel cloud in Union Hall, Minnesota in the past 24 hours. Flooding in Mitchell, South Dakota after 7 inches of rain there. Tonight, 32 million Americans in the storm zone from the plains to Chicago to Philadelphia and Washington. So let's get right to meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking it all. Hey, Rob.
David, Hurricane Hunter aircraft are flying right into that disturbance right now, and the National Hurricane Center has just hoisted tropical storm warnings for those Bahama Islands that were impacted by Dorian. Here's the forecast track. Some uncertainty with this, but it looks like it's going to be on or near the Florida coastline over the weekend as a tropical storm. Our computer models diverging once again, so everybody from the Carolinas to the northern Gulf need to be staying tuned. David?
Rob Marciano, thank you. Next tonight, the verdict in the trial of a former high school cheerleader accused of murder after burying her newborn in her backyard. Prosecutors said she didn't want to be an 18-year-old single mother. Her lawyers argued the baby had been stillborn. Tonight, the verdict, not guilty of murder. She was sobbing in court. And here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
The jury find the defendant, Brooke Skylar Richardson, not guilty.
Tonight, a former Ohio cheerleader accused of killing her newborn baby girl and burying her in her parents' backyard, breaking down while listening to the verdict. Now 20-year-old Brooke Skylar Richardson acquitted of the most serious charges. The jury clearing her of aggravated murder, involuntary manslaughter, and child endangerment charges. Prosecutors claiming Richardson didn't want to be a teen mom. So when she gave birth alone at home in 2017, just days after her senior prom, prosecutors say she killed her daughter and buried her, never telling anyone. But the defense countering the baby was stillborn, playing a police interview where Richardson described those moments.
Did you ever hear a cry or a whimper? Were her eyes open or closed? They were closed.
When Richardson went back to the doctor to obtain birth control 2 months later, she told doctors what she had done. They called police. Richardson was found guilty of abuse of a corpse. She'll be sentenced tomorrow and faces up to a year in jail. David.
Stephanie Ramos tonight. Stephanie, thank you. Meantime, we have also been watching the urgent hunt for a husband and wife wanted for murder. On the run after overpowering their guards and then tying them up with shoelaces. Tonight here, the takedown, and here's ABC's Clayton Sandell.
The takedown in the dark, captured from a police helicopter's infrared camera. About 9 o'clock last night, federal agents and cops surrounding this hideout near Punkin, Arizona, 80 miles northeast of Phoenix. First, arresting Susan Barksdale, her husband Blaine coming out next.
He became very verbally abusive to the officers, flipping them the bird, not responding to their commands.
Authorities say that's when officers used a taser and shot Blaine in the leg with a non-lethal beanbag round.
Uh-oh. All right, pepper ball or something deployed.
The Barksdales are suspected of murdering a 72-year-old Tucson man. On August 26th, authorities say they were being transported in a van, somehow overpowering 2 guards, tying them up with shoelaces and escaping. On the run for 16 days until this.
We got a tip that came in that said that you might want to look in the area of the Pumpkin Center. This is obviously a big relief.
This investigation not over, David. Authorities believe at least 3 or 4 people may have helped the couple while they were on the run, with everything from car rides to clean clothes. David?
Clayton, thank you. We have new reporting tonight on that horrific fire on a boat in California. 34 people below deck trapped and killed. The NTSB tonight now saying no one was on watch. The entire crew, they say, was asleep. And there is also a new warning to passengers about batteries tonight involving this. And here's ABC's Marcy Gonzalez now.
Powerful new video tonight showing the charred wreckage of the Conception being brought to the surface off the California coast. Investigators now going inch by inch through what's left of the diving boat, trying to piece together what caused it to burst into flames Labor Day weekend, killing 34 people on board.
I can't breathe.
The NTSB releasing its preliminary report, saying for the first time that despite regulations requiring a watchman to be on duty, all 6 crew members were asleep when the devastating fire broke out.
Completely engulfed boat. Main objective is to look for victims.
Tonight, investigators working to determine whether lithium-ion batteries played a role in the inferno. The Coast Guard now warning boat operators to limit the unsupervised charging of electronics such as cell phones and camera equipment. And tonight, investigators revealing 3 of the 5 surviving crew members have been interviewed. It could take another day for the boat to be brought to shore for inspection. David?
Marcy Gonzalez, thank you. Here in Texas, in El Paso tonight, the alleged gunman in the Walmart massacre is now facing a capital murder charge. A grand jury indicting 21-year-old Patrick Crucius, who allegedly drove from the Dallas area to the El Paso Walmart near the border of Mexico before opening fire. 22 people were killed, dozens more injured. Crucius allegedly telling authorities he set out to kill as many Mexicans as he could. The El Paso DA says he will seek the death penalty. Meantime, there was an urgent call for action on gun violence today from some of the nation's best-known companies. The CEOs of 145 companies, including Levi Strauss, Uber, Twitter, and Royal Caribbean, writing to members of the Senate saying they want action after these deadly shootings and that the epidemic of gun violence involves even more than mass shootings and is preventable, urging lawmakers to approve universal background checks and red flag laws. Those measures have already passed in the House. Next to the Triple Crown drug scandal involving the horse Justify, the trainer tonight denying it. The New York Times is reporting that Justify failed a drug test but was allowed to compete in the Kentucky Derby weeks later. Here's ABC's chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, tonight.
That is the racehorse Justify bolting through the mud.